In this video, we are going to take a look at user preferences. As the name suggests, user preferences are configurations you can change and save. For example, you can completely change Blender's colors to give it a darkish appearance. To open user preferences, click on File, User Preferences. As you can see, Blender offers a lot of options you can change to make your work faster or to make Blender's appearance more appealing. Before we start messing with user preferences, remember that all your changes will only be saved if you hit the Save User Settings button when you finish. If you don't, you will lose all your changes and the default user preferences will be loaded next time you open Blender. These are the main buttons that give access to several options. In Interface, you can change user interface elements and how they respond. For example, you see this dark box that appears when I put my mouse over the tooltips option? This is a tooltip box. It displays tips about virtually everything in Blender. If I uncheck the tooltips checkbox, the tooltips will no longer appear. Manipulator enables or disables the 3D manipulator shown in the 3D view editor when you select an object. In editing, you can change how several tools react to your inputs. For example, if you enable Enter Edit Mode under New Objects, as soon as you create a new object, Blender will automatically go to Edit Mode for the new object. In Input, you can change options related to keyboard and mouse, including hotkeys. For example, if you enable Emulate 3-button mouse, which is useful if you have a mouse with no middle button, or a pen, the mouse middle button, or mouse wheel, will be emulated by the combination of the keys Alt and left click in your mouse. If you click in one of the hotkeys buttons, you can change it to whatever you like. In add-ons, you can manage external scripts installed to improve Blender. For example, you can enable or disable screencast keys checking the checkbox at its right. You can download add-ons from the web and install them, clicking on Install from File and navigating to your downloaded add-on. In themes, you can make changes to Blender's interface. You can completely change the interface, changing colors or sizes. Blender offers themes presets like Back to Black, Blender 24x, and many others. You can go back to Blender's default theme by clicking Reset to Default Theme. In Files, you can change file preferences. For example, you can set paths, like the font's path or the texture's path, and change options related to saving and loading files, user interface, filter extensions, and so on. In System, you can change various system options, like DPI, which controls the general size of Blender's user interface. Or Frame Server Port for frame server rendering. Most of these options are quite advanced, so don't play with them unless you are 100% sure of what you are doing. Once again, remember, all your changes will only be saved if you hit the Save User Settings button when you finish. If you don't, you will lose all your changes and the default user preferences will be loaded next time you open Blender. This concludes this video. If you like it, please subscribe and leave a comment. See you next time!